Here, Terence Crawford shows us how to avoid getting trapped when the opponent presses forward. Porter is going aggressive this round, trying to cut off the ring by using his jab and pressing forward.
As we thought he would.
Crawford, however, doesn't want to engage too much. He wants to read, size up and feel Porter first, since it is the first round.
Terence likes 2 or 3 rounds to get his game plan, gauge distance and range, and understand what he wants to do.
So let's dissect how he accomplished it. First, notice how he keeps perfect distance. Not too close that Porter can reach him with a step-in jab. Not too far so that he doesn't end up in the ropes. Just the perfect safe distance that also allows him to quickly counter if needed.
Crawford right now, he's calculating the speed, the distance.
He gets to know the perfect distance because he measures it with the lead hand, and then he stays alert for any changes in position. If Porter steps forward, he steps back instantly, maintaining the same distance all the time. But still, getting close to the ropes at some point is inevitable. That's why he mixes his backward steps with lateral footwork.
Great pattern to Terence Crawford in welterweight title defenses.
However, this lateral footwork creates a new problem. Even though it is great for getting out of the ropes, it creates a small time frame in which both fighters come closer to each other. This gets Crawford out of his safe distance and gives Porter a chance to attack. To solve this, Crawford uses parries, since they can be executed simultaneously with the lateral footwork. Notice, Crawford keeps on feinting, even though he doesn't necessarily want to engage. These feints have defensive purposes. They keep Porter concerned and somewhat at bay, since he will now be hesitant to attack with long combinations or keep pressing forward. Still, with that, Porter is able to trap Crawford on a few occasions throughout the round, so here is what Crawford uses as a last resort.
Close, he's letting his hands go.
You see, throughout all of this sequence, no punch needed to be thrown to show true boxing finesse. Here's another sequence, but with a different approach to show how truly versatile Terence is. Here, Crawford appears a little more aggressive, fighting for the center of the ring right off the bat. However, he is not reckless. He presses forward right at the edge of the void, at the edge of fighting distance, so that he can quickly escape any counters, precisely calculated aggression. This pressing causes Khan to react with aggressive bursts. Crawford quickly disengages whilst keeping his hands extended to create traffic and block off Khan's advance. Unlike in the previous sequence, Crawford gets back to aggression as fast as possible, looking to trade punches. And even though he wants to exchange with Khan, he will keep disengaging, because he is looking to trade punches under his own terms. He wants to engage when Khan is vulnerable. By proactively jabbing, feinting and pressing forward, he is baiting a reaction out of Amir. Now, Crawford has already collected the data.
He's got that supercomputer, that boxing IQ, and he calculates and sizes and then solves the puzzle.
He now knows that Khan is going to burst out an attack combination when he is pressed. When he does, he opens himself up. This is the moment Crawford was waiting for.
Then he's able to set up his combinations.
Oh, he scores a knockdown!
It's round 12, and Crawford has been dominating the fight. However, he is not leaving it up to the judges. The round starts with an aggressive taunting from Benavidez. He is looking to turn the tables. He is in need of a knockout, and he will take the risks needed to get it. As we now know, this is the perfect scenario for Bud. Still, he has to stay sharp. As we saw in previous sequences, he utilizes lateral footwork, perfect distance control, and a highly active lead hand. However, he isn't going to be passive.
And not at all. Not at all.
He will take every chance he has to time Benavidez's attacks with his own counters. After a few successful counterpunches, Benavidez becomes hesitant, and his activity quickly diminishes. Crawford now becomes the aggressor, proactively attacking Benavidez with his own combinations, perfectly mixing up head and body punches.
Body. But where is that body?
Benavidez is now the one who tries to catch Crawford in between his attacks. However, he throws single punches that turn out ineffective because of Crawford's proactive defense. After a few exchanges, Crawford finally sneaks in the perfect punch.
Said is not how we want to end this fight, oh, Crawford!
After 12 rounds of domination, the icing on the cake.
Oh, is he the finisher they all expect him to be? He is! What a huge right hand!
The Gamboa fight showcases two important skills that Crawford has perfected. Number 1, punch variety. 2, punching quality whilst moving backwards. Let's take a look at the first skill, punch variety. Crawford mixes up straight punches with looping shots, body punches with head punches, ascending punches and descending punches.
Right and left-handed now.
This punch variety is ingrained in his style.
So, for the right hand.
Gamboa is fighting back.
Slides to his right, nail with another right hand. He's ready to go again.
Now see how Terence maintains perfect punching quality while stepping backwards. By punching quality, we mean that quality equal power plus timing plus precision. So let's dissect this in detail. Crawford generates his power by fully rotating his hips on the punches as he steps backwards. He doesn't try to balance himself or stop the momentum. Crawford flows with the motion. This is what allows Crawford to unleash those powerful punches.
Oh, he hurt him with the right hand.
Yeah, he's done. So Gamboa has been down twice in the fight now. But that changes. Can Crawford catch him one more time? There's no quitting Gamboa. He keeps battling, falling forward. Uppercut drops him again.
Behind Crawford's explosive knockouts, not only lies accuracy, aggression and power, there is another key component that makes his shots devastating. Boxing IQ is a frequently used term. However, it is quite a broad concept, often misunderstood. Experience plays a huge role in developing boxing IQ. With enough experience, you can easily carve out patterns throughout the fight or even find commonalities with previous fights. That's a big part, but it's just half of the deed. You now need to find the best possible response out of that situation. So boxing IQ takes part in this whole process, from recognizing patterns to finding the best possible move. That's why boxing IQ is the main reason Crawford could knock out Indongo here. If you pay close attention, you can see these two scenarios are quite similar. Indongo lunges with the jab, overcommitting. However, he rolls preemptively, so Crawford's counterpunch misses. The fight goes on. But suddenly, the same situation arises. Terence quickly recognizes the pattern, and now he knows it's probably better to opt for a guaranteed landed power punch, so he goes for the body. As you can see, Crawford read his opponent and found the perfect response. Of course, his punching power also played a huge factor in knocking out Indongo, but it was his mind that provided him with the opportunity. It is easy to recognize a good boxer when he dominates a fight in a completely one-sided manner. But everyone, no matter who they are, eventually faces a tougher fight, a problematic style. It is also a sign of greatness when a boxer is able to get out of a difficult situation. As Floyd claimed, a true champion can adapt to anything. Crawford once again showcases his greatness as a boxer. We will now learn how to recover from a difficult situation. How does someone go from this
Kabayaskis comes forward, and Bud Crawford was hurt.
to this in a matter of minutes? Well, we can imagine it as a procedure, a group of sequenced tasks that Crawford needs to complete in order to recover or even end up in a better situation. If Crawford misses to achieve any of these goals, he will most likely end up in the same scenario or even worse. Notice, Crawford's first reflex after getting caught is to clinch. Clinching is great. Not only does it stop your opponent's attack, it also buys you some valuable time to recover. It may seem trivial, but those 2 to 3 seconds are crucial for Bud. Then, Crawford measures with his lead hand and maintains a safe distance. It is very common in these circumstances that the boxer tries to cover up, thinking he can just block the attacks until he recovers. However, this is often not the case. The safest position inside a boxing ring is where your opponents can't reach you. That's why Crawford makes use of his lateral footwork. Most fights end with one boxer fleeing and getting trapped in the ropes, where he is stopped. Now take a look at how Crawford keeps his hands active. He is constantly feinting. If Crawford weren't acting like this, maybe Kabayaskis would see an opportunity to attack. But these feints keep him cautious. Crawford showed no signs of weakness. Rather, he appeared ready to fight back. He also appeared ready by counterpunching whenever possible. Sometimes, when the opponent lands a clean shot, he gets greedy. It is highly probable that he attacks recklessly. This may be the perfect opportunity for you to land your own punch. As you see, Crawford already feels physically recovered, so he starts to use his jab. It is wiser to use the jab and to slowly regain proactiveness instead of trying to reverse the fight instantly with one power punch. Only once you re-establish your jab can you consider attacking with heavy machinery. This will be safer and more effective.
If I do anything different,
Look at that. That's what you gotta do right there.
With all these steps completed, Crawford has officially regained control, and this fight will gradually continue to swing in his favour. You may underestimate the importance of this procedure. There certainly are flashier moments of Crawford throughout this fight, but none of them could have been possible if he made any small mistake after getting clipped. Often boxers want to learn flashy moves, but learning how to turn the tides of a fight will prove to be much more useful. It is the little details, the perfect fundamentals, the high ring IQ, what can mark the result of a fight. And in some cases, it can also mark an era. But now, what did you learn from Crawford? Let us know. And if the video was interesting, you can find more in our channel. And to your left, there's a video specially suited for you.